Welcome to Broken Shield, the accountability project. They say where there's smoke, there's fire. Well, in the case of Shepherdstown Police Chief Mike King, that isn't just a metaphor. Today, we're opening the file on Dreama Sue King, the chief's wife. We're looking at a timeline of arrests, a devastating house fire, and a pattern of insufficient evidence that raises one massive question. Was the chief's badge used as a shield for his very own home? This isn't just a story about small-town crime. It's a story about power, protection, and a justice system that seems to have two different sets of rules. One for you, and one for the people with a badge in the family. We're going to follow the evidence, from a quiet dismissal of a felony charge to a mysterious fire, all the way to a professional shoplifting ring. Stay with me because the details are going to blow your mind. This story doesn't start in 2019 with that suspicious fire. To really understand what's happening, we have to go back to October 2014. That is when Dreama Sue King was indicted by a Berkeley County grand jury on a serious felony charge. Fraudulent scheme. In West Virginia, that's not a small matter. It means you're accused of deliberately depriving someone of their property through lies or false pretenses. This is a big deal, a charge that can carry significant prison time. The case entered the court system and you'd expect it to proceed to trial, right? Well, that's not what happened. After more than a year of slowly moving through the legal process, something strange occurred. In November 2015, the prosecutor's office stood before Judge John Yoder and claimed they simply did not have enough evidence to secure a conviction. Just like that, the case was dismissed, gone, vanished from the courts. Now, was it genuinely a weak case from the start? Or was this the very first sign of a protected status? Was this an early example of professional courtesy being extended to the wife of one of the area's most powerful law enforcement officers? We see it all the time, and it makes you wonder how many other cases disappear when the defendant has the right connections. This dismissal is a critical piece of the puzzle. Now, let's fast forward to the night of September 22, 2019. A fire alarm goes out for a home on Rotherham Drive in Hedgeville. When fire crews arrive, the scene is catastrophic. A massive fire has completely engulfed the King residence. The flames are so intense they consume not just the house, but also the garage, multiple vehicles parked outside, and even a boat. The aftermath is a scene of total devastation. The estimated loss? A staggering $400,000. The state fire marshal's office was called in to investigate, as a standard procedure for any fire of this magnitude, especially when it involves a public official. They sifted through the rubble, looked for accelerants, and tried to piece together what happened. But their final conclusion was undetermined. That's the official word. They couldn't say if it was an accident, electrical, or something else. It was a giant question mark. At the time, the community did what communities do. They rallied around Chief King and his family, offering support and donations for their tragic loss. But the timing of what happened just 9 days later completely shatters that narrative of simple tragedy and forces us to look at that fire in a whole new, much more suspicious light. On October 1, 2019, while the ashes of their home were literally still cooling, Dreama King was arrested again. This time, there was no disappearing evidence. This time, the Berkeley County Sheriff's Office had her dead to rights on camera. According to the official criminal complaint filed by Deputy R.L. Stearman Jr., Dreama King wasn't just a casual shoplifter. She was allegedly part of a professional shoplifting ring. The complaint details an incident that took place way back in December 2018. That is a full 10 months before the house fire. According to the police informant, Dreama King met them at a Spring Mills Walmart for a prearranged transaction. She allegedly handed over $300 in cash. In exchange, she received $1,500 worth of stolen merchandise. This isn't just grabbing a few things off the shelf. This is organized retail crime. The investigation, which included digging into her social media, revealed she was allegedly using Facebook to communicate with the thieves, setting up deals, and coordinating the transfer of stolen property. Based on this evidence, she was charged with 2 felonies, conspiracy and transferring stolen goods after her arrest. She appeared in court and was released on a $20,000 bond. So let us be clear. Police had evidence of her involvement in a crime ring nearly a year before her house mysteriously burned down. The question is, why did they wait so long to act? Here's the insider perspective you won't hear on the evening news. As a former officer, I can tell you exactly how these investigations play out, especially controlled buys involving informants, are supposed to work. When you have concrete evidence of a felony transaction, like the one described in December 2018, cash for stolen goods, all documented, you move on it. You don't sit on that evidence for 10 months. So the biggest accountability question here is, why? Why did the sheriff's office wait from December 2018 all the way until October 2019 to make an arrest? Why did they happen to wait until after her $400,000 home and property burned to the ground in a fire, whose cause was ruled undetermined? It begs the question. Did Chief Mike King of the Shepherdstown Police Department know his wife was the subject of an active felony investigation by a neighboring agency, the Berkeley County Sheriff's Office? In the small world of West Virginia law enforcement, it's highly likely. We often see these unwritten rules, these professional courtesies, where cases involving other officers or their families are delayed, slow-walked, or timed to minimize professional embarrassment or other fallout. Was this arrest strategically delayed until after a potential insurance payout from that undetermined fire? We can't say for sure, but the timeline is deeply, deeply troubling. Let's put it all together. When the wife of a police chief is caught on camera buying stolen property as part of an organized shoplifting ring, it's a massive stain on the integrity of the badge. When that same individual had a previous felony fraud case against her evaporate because of insufficient evidence, it's a giant red flag for the entire justice system in Jefferson and Berkeley counties. It suggests a pattern of protection, a two-tiered system of justice. This isn't about one person's mistakes. It's about whether the system holds powerful people accountable in the same way it holds everyone else. That's why we're not letting this go. We are currently in the process of filing Freedom of Information Act requests for the complete investigative reports on that December 2018 controlled by. We also want the fire marshal's full, unredacted report on the Rotherham Drive fire. We want to see the notes, read the interviews, and find out exactly what was said between these departments behind closed doors, because the public has a right to know if justice is being served or if it's being manipulated. If you have information on this case, or on other individuals you believe are being protected by the system in the Panhandle, my messages on here are open and secure. The truth doesn't burn out, and it doesn't get dismissed. This is Broken Shield, the Accountability Project. Thanks for watching, and do not forget to like and subscribe to get more information on this and other cases that Broken Shield, the Accountability Project will be covering.